waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I swear.
Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Great to have you with us. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside my partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And as we take a look at Brandon Jennings right here, guys, what's your take?
And Jennings is a tremendously quick player. Kevin, not real physically dominant. He's got that skinny frame, but he's so fast and quick that he can get anywhere.
Unbelievable. How do you do that? Outside Curry. Thompson. That is good.
Got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Here is Jennings. Coming off a solid outing against Portland.
Drummond was really playing extremely well during his rookie year, and all of a sudden showing the promise that scouts saw in him earlier, and then he had the back injury, and that really put a speed bump in his progress.
Smith dishes to Jennings. 5 on the clock. And he's going out for the alley-oop. And Drummond throws it down.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game. A potential momentum builder.
It's Thompson. The drive.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
It's his first trip to the line.
Pretty good performance from the free throw line last season. He was about 84% from the line.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season. He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Smith with a screen on Curry. Jennings against Curry. Jennings drives in. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Going back to Drummond, the Pistons training staff have found going into last season that despite his incredible athleticism, he did have some imbalances strength-wise.
That's something that often happens when a player comes out of college and gets to the NBA. Very sophisticated training staffs, and they find ways that players can improve athletically and strength-wise, and that's kind of scary when you're talking about Andre Drummond. I mean, as if he's not already athletic and strong enough.
A drive by Iguodala, and the shot is good. Here is Jennings. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, thank you. I spoke with the Pistons head coach for just a bit. He talked about the impact of opposing big man Andrew Bogut, saying there just aren't that many 7-footers with his kind of game. A great interior defender first and foremost. We can't get tunnel vision when we attack the rim. He's got size and strength, and we can't allow him to bully us for offensive rebounds. Let's see if they can keep Bogut from having a big game, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And the shot is good. And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against the Trailblazers.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys. And it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
Detroit shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Well, the Warriors going to the playoffs last season for just the 2nd time in 19 seasons, guys. Pretty incredible and remarkable, too. But it seems, as Mark Jackson said, that things be a-changing in the Bay Area, and for the better.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Curry gets the screen from Lee. Inside. Layup off the pick. Jennings drives in. Here's Monroe. And Good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Monroe's got his first basket.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Curry passes to Thompson. Back to Curry. Poked away. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And for the Warriors, a scrappy, hard-fought win over the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. They also, Steve, gave the Spurs a lot of trouble in the second round.
They sure did. That series might have turned out a lot different if they hadn't collapsed in Game 1. But the Warriors showed tremendous resilience in bouncing back and really making that series so competitive.
Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. 5th, David Lee.
How about the season he had in the paint? Just rebounding numbers were mind-boggling.
Warriors trail by 3. Here's Curry. A 14-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
And Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. So he was very aggressive with his game, attacking the D and capitalizing on those free throws.
No good from Bogut. Pistons leading by 3. Stuckey dishes to Jennings. Drummond sets the screen for James. They get it again. Out to Stuckey. Second chance shot. Passes it to Monroe. Smith outside. Jennings. Back to Smith. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Monroe. And the call will be against David Lee. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Now Monroe kicks to Jennings. Ball's knocked loose. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into very serious foul trouble early in this game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Bogut. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Steph Curry. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Douglas kicks to Lee. Monroe on him. Tries to snap the cold streak. Rebound by the Pistons. Monroe's got 4 rebounds now tonight. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
And, of course...
Oh, what a play!
Oh, look at that.
That is a...
Bringing down the house. How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
The most magnificent alley-oop he could have chosen.
And he pulled it off, too. Remarkable. Last season, a hard one for Stuckey. Pistons finally shifted him back to his natural shooting guard position. A lot of people thought he would break out, but instead, he had his lowest field goal percentage and scoring average since his rookie season.
Jennings. Back to Stuckey. He feeds it to Jennings. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. 5 to shoot. Stuckey right side. Warriors with the rebound. And towards the end of last season, Rodney Stuckey finally seemed to get untrapped.
Well, I'll tell you, early in his career, I really like his potential. He's got tremendous talent. A strong slasher, can get to the line. Those are the kind of players who can usually be relied upon to produce buckets. We'll see how he bounces back.
The Pistons making a change here. Villanueva's checked in. Drummond gets the screen from Urebko. Jennings working against Douglas. Outside Jennings from deep. And that one's good. Jennings has got 5.
You know, they've been doing an excellent job, Kevin, on the offensive boards here, keeping the ball alive and then converting those second chances when they get them.
Villanueva against Barnes. Pass to Thompson. They need this. Good. 7 points in the game.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but, you know, one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but in an instant, lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
And something else I think of with him is that three-point shot from the corner. I mean, that's his shot. And we've certainly seen him drain a bunch of them.
Stolen by Thompson. Puts the lead pass in front of him. That's good.
They've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Jerebko kicks to Stuckey. With the teardrop, cannot hit. So Golden State will take it the other way.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Gets it to go.
Well, he recognized the advantage size-wise, and he went right at the defender. That's how you do it.
Dishes it to Jennings. Back to Stuckey. Outside Jennings. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. 8 points for Brandon Jennings.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Barnes with it. Now guarded by Villanueva. Barnes kicks to Thompson. Here's Iguodala. His three-pointers off the mark.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide-open look.
And as you said, they've been active on the offensive glass.
Boy, and that's something I love to see, Kevin. As a former offensive rebounder myself, I know how demoralizing it is to the opponent when you get a second chance and you put it in the basket. One of the problems for the Pistons last season was they always seemed to come out after halftime flat. Just couldn't sustain the kind of intensity and focus needed to win consistently. That was a big part of why they had such a tough year.
They get it back. And he uses the glass on the way. Azili's got his first points in this one.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Well, going back to the Pistons, the third quarter for them was by far their worst scoring quarter. Several points lower than any other quarter they played in, and with the sample size you get over the course of a season, that is no accident.
Well, what you think about now with a team like this is that if it's young, maybe they're not used to the tweaks and the adjustments that other teams are making at them over the halftime break. So this is an area for improvement for this Detroit team.
Here's Stuckey, and the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Getting that first make is key after 4 misses to start, guys. I mean, hopefully he can build on that.
Nedovic, the pass to Spates. Leads him in there. Fires it up. Barnes. He dishes it to Bazemore. And Nedovic gets to Azili, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Outside Phillips. Jerebko dishes to Stuckey. Gets it to go. Stuckey's got his second bucket tonight.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
And that does it for the first quarter.
The NBA season.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
Steph Curry's out there with Kent Bazemore. Then there's Harrison Barnes. Then there's Maurice Spates, and it's Azili in at center. That's the Warriors' 5. Barnes up top. To the inside. Here's Curry. Here's Azili. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 13th in rebounding, 14th in field goal percentage. And for blocks, interior defense, not a strong point for them. just top 20 in the league.
Well, you look at the turnaround last season for Golden State. A lot of it has to do with the steady presence of Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry off the bench. Both players brought a toughness and a level of competitiveness that was maybe missing from the Warriors the year before.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, an impressive defensive turnaround for the Golden State Warriors last season under head coach Mark Jackson. Jackson said, quote, "You don't stumble into being a very good defensive team. It comes through repetition and drilling it. I've got a great group that totally buys in and is committed. Guys, he's reshaped the identity of this ball club, and the players have responded."
Well, Doris, he's really talked a lot about changing the culture. Another example there. And Smith backing in. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And for the Warriors, such an impressive turnaround last season, but financial constraints don't quite make it tricky for them, make it tricky for anybody. Keep teams together.
Well said, but I give the ownership credit for making the commitments necessary to put themselves in a good position going forward, Kevin. After such an impressive postseason showing, I think they want to continue that momentum.
And the Pistons making a change here. Caldwell Pope checked in. Curry against Bynum. Curry passes it to Lee. Kicks it to Bogut. Monroe on him. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That is his first foul of the game. Bazemore dishes to Barnes. Ball stolen. Here's Caldwell Pope, defended by Bazemore. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Curry. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll. Steph Curry is virtually impossible to defend. I mean, he can hit from anywhere on the floor. In the gym range, personified with Curry. Mid-range jumpers are like layups to him. And inside, he's got the floater finger roll and the runner. You always expect his shots to go in. It's like watching a game of horse at full speed when the highest stakes are on the line.
Now here's Billups, defended by Bazemore. Bynum kicks to Monroe. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And Steve, shooting no doubt, Curry's fortune. He narrowly missed the All-Star game last season. I mean, I can't believe he didn't get elected, and he seemed to be the one glaring miss. When you watch his game, where can he improve?
I think offensively, he's got the whole package. I think it's at the other end of the floor where he can probably improve. He needs to compete a little bit more defensively, but that's tough to do when you're handling so much of the offensive load for your team. But he's got to find a little more balance, I think, between his offense and his defense.
Rebound by the Pistons. Monroe's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
An 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Curry passes to Bazemore. To the paint, Barnes. And the serious dunk to finish it off. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this league disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Warriors trail by 13. Outside Curry. Terrific design on the pick clip. He lays it in. Curry's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Back to Smith. He kicks to Monroe. The Pistons working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. 13 feet away. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
The Warriors have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Outside Curry. The pass to Lee. No luck. Smith with the defensive effort. Pistons leading by 13. Pass to Siva. Here's Caldwell Pope, covered by Barnes. No good from Caldwell Pope.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Curry kicks to Lee. Now the dish to Bogut. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Bogut's got 6 points. Detroit's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Detroit really is one of the younger teams in the league as far as their core and future are concerned. It's always nice to kind of think what might they become going forward. But they are going to struggle at times, especially on the road.
Klay Thompson is checked in for Golden State. Here's Smith. Lee with the block. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. Back to Thompson. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Thompson's got his third bucket of the night. Pistons did have big problems getting wins on the road, and that is one of the reasons why the fans were a bit frustrated with how the team developed over the course of last year. Steve, they just couldn't finish off games when they were the road team.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Just 11 and 30 away from the Palace. And, when you're a young team, it takes a lot of mental toughness and growth to be able to close out games on the road. It's something they're still learning.
Detroit leading by 7. Smith outside. Working on Lee. Fades away. And off the glass. That one's good. And it's 9 points for Josh Smith.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Now the feed to Lee. Covered by Smith. A jump hook. Again, Golden State.
They really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Smith left side. And it's off the back rim. No good. And Curry, here we go. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Detroit's gone 4 of 6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he jams it with authority. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Passes it to Siva. Curry meets him. Shoots from 12. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Curry's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Barnes cans the shot with nobody near him. Barnes has got 6 here in this quarter.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Bynum kicks to Smith. Good tee by Lee. Warriors trail by 7. Barnes with it. Now Monroe defending. Barnes passes to Lee. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and completes the layup.
The way he played last season and the strides he made in terms of defensive presence and the fact he's a consistent threat, we can start calling David Lee an elite power forward, in my opinion. The numbers are certainly there.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Monroe. And so he owns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And for David Lee last season, the second All-Star appearance in his career, won it in New York Knicks. And last year as a Warrior, the first All-Star appearance for a Golden State Warrior, Steve. And hard to believe in 16 years.
That's a long time, but it's been a pretty big dry spell for that franchise. But you talk about Lee, he led the league last year in double-doubles, had 56 of them during the season. So, is he elite? I don't know if he's elite, but he's a borderline all-star, made it last year. But one of the top let's say 5-6 power forwards in the game.
Yeah, that's high praise.
Yeah.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Chauncey Billups is back with the Detroit Pistons, the team he helped lead to a title back in 2004. Billups, one of the most respected veterans in the league, fresh off winning the inaugural Twyman Stokes Teammate of the Year award. He can be a great influence on this up-and-coming young team. And guys, he still expects to make an impact with his play as well. After dealing with a ruptured Achilles tendon for 2 seasons, he says he's back healthy again.
A steady vet. Thank you, Doris.
Well, I'll tell you what, with his size and shooting ability, Billups is the type of guard who can remain effective even late into his career.
Lee, a screen on Jennings. Thompson for the triple. It's Drummond with the rebound. Pistons leading by 11. Jennings kicks to Smith. That's good. Smith's got 7 points here in this quarter.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Now Douglas. Thompson. He's guarded by Stuckey. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Douglas. Thompson's got 12 in the game. And that does it for the first half of play. Pistons.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's time to bring you the Lakers.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we return, a lovely view of downtown San Francisco, panning over the Embarcadero and the Bay Bridge. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
Well, I love his tenacity defensively. The way he plays at that end of the floor has been a major factor here in this game.
And as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance and uncomfortable.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Pistons, Monroe and Drummond there inside. Rodney Stuckey out there with Jennings. And it's Smith in at the 3. Jennings can't get that one to fall.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
And let's take a look at now some of the numbers for Stephen Curry. Great year for him last year. 2nd in free throw percentage, 3rd in three-point shooting. And, of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket, in the top 10 in points per game.
You know, thinking about his free throw percentage, Steven, to me, and you know this as well as anybody, it's about confidence and repetition and mechanics when you're at that line. You got to be comfortable, and you got to be confident, and you got to trust your rhythm and your mechanics, and he did that every time.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota. With plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 4 this quarter.
Tough play. He had to fight his way all the way to the rim.
Pistons leading by 6. Outside Jennings, back to Smith. He's covered by Iguodala. Beyond the arc, and Brandon Jennings with the 3. Jennings has got 13. And the Santa Cruz Warriors, as they've been renamed, have been a hit. You know, Clark leading the D-League in revenue, making the D-League finals last season.
And you know, with all of the D-League games now broadcast on YouTube, the exposure for players in the D-League is better than ever. And for the Warriors to have their D-League affiliate so close by gives them a much better opportunity to develop their young talent.
Here's Iguodala. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
Well, Iguodala moved on from the 76ers to the Nuggets last year. Now signs a free agent contract with the Warriors. It looks to be a really good fit. I mean, all that shooting around him, just with the way he can run and defend, should allow Iguodala to be the playmaker that really is his natural game.
Iguodala against Smith. Great touch on the 16-footer. Smith's got 13 points.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. The Warriors, 4th.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last season just had the hot hand.
And Steve, you mentioned how tough Iguodala is in transition. Great ball handler for his size. And Clark, I know you love his athleticism.
Yeah, he's really a point forward offensively, but he can finish big, and he's always putting pressure on the defense when he's in attack mode. A good ball handler and passer. His outside shooting is up and down, but I'd love to have him on my squad.
Smith dishes to Stuckey. Feeds it to Monroe. Clock at 6. A jump hook, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Monroe's got 7 points.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Curry kicks to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got 19 points. Pistons leading by 7. Stuckey passes to Jennings. Smith sets the pick for Jennings. Smith outside. Out to Stuckey. Three-pointer. Rebound by Lee. Lee's got 4 rebounds in this game. Thompson dishes to Bogut. Outside Curry. He feeds it to Lee. Monroe on. Lee against Monroe. No good from Lee. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Smith. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. A different look here for Detroit. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Monroe. Urebko comes in for Josh Smith. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. Warriors trail by 7. Thompson up top, defended by Urebko. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 21 in the game.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Detroit's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them.
They tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Detroit. It's stolen by Curry. And off the court come the Warriors on the break. That one goes.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts. And the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Pistons leading by 3. Billups goes in. Softly drops in the 40.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes. Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Urebko can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 5. This is to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Curry. No good. Billups with some nice defense here. And for Mark Jackson, there have been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there.
Billups off the hit from Urebko. And again, it's Chauncey Billups. Billups has got 4 this quarter.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper, and that was the key to that play.
Curry attacking. Back to Iguodala. And it's good. Back through contact, gets the shot and go to the free throw line.
They're forcing the ball inside. and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Wazila's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for David Lee. And Nedovic is subbed in for Steph Curry. The drive by Iguodala. And the shot is good. Iguodala's got 9.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Smith kicks to Billups. Back to Smith. 6 to shoot. From 11 feet away. And that one's good. He's got 15. And the Warriors with possession here. Trailing by 5.
You know, Detroit, despite how they struggled, did a few good things last year, even though they fell way short of the playoffs. But playing against the Western Conference, playing well against the Western Conference, wasn't one of the things they did well. He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Monroe against O'Neal. Monroe the pass to Billups. Shot clock at 6. Hit his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. Well, as you mentioned with the Pistons and the West, just a 4-26 record for them, Clark, and with the second worst in the entire league. Steve, only 1 win better than the Bobcats, who had a league-low 3 in that category. What went wrong there?
Well, it's the youth for sure. They made a lot of mental mistakes. They didn't have that one player who could consistently create his own shot and open up space. That's one of the reasons they went out and got Josh Smith, to try to be that player and that leader.
Spates with a screen on Billups. He dishes it to Spates. He passes to O'Neal. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
After 17 years in the NBA, Jermaine O'Neal is still going. It's easy to forget he was once an all-star franchise big man for the Indiana Pacers. Jermaine could do it all. He could score it in the low post, could make the mid-range jumper, and also was a force defensively. But even though he's not at that level now, he can still help you as a quality rotation big man.
And here is Drummond. He's got 7. Kicks to Stuckey. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Stuckey's got 9 points.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
The shot by Curry. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And for O'Neal, one time on a 24-point per game score. Now his role is all about defense, blocking shots and clogging the lane.
Yeah, he's 6'11", 250 with a great knowledge of the NBA and how to defend and scouting reports of every player in the league. Very savvy veteran player.
Klay Thompson is checked in for Andre Iguodala.
You know, it's funny, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they've had the 3rd best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
Stuckey into the lane. Outside Billups. And Drummond kicks to Stuckey. Pistons passing it around. Billups dishes to Monroe. Fader on the way. No luck. The Warriors go the other way. And Clark, as you were saying about the Warriors, they really feed off this home crowd. Steve, you said maybe the best in the NBA?
I think so, just in terms of the support they get, regardless of their success. You think back over the last 16, 17 years, Warriors have only been in the playoffs twice, and yet the fans are there every single night going nuts. So now that they're a good team, I think this fan base is really going to come alive.
Detroit making a switch here. Bynum's checked in.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Warriors trail by 6. Outside Curry. And there's the pass to Nedovic. O'Neal dishes to Barnes. Count! And we'll have a chance for a 3-point try. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, and that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
And we just finished.
On tap next Monday.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
They really excelled with their backs to the basket throughout the game, guys, dominating the post.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Jermaine O'Neal out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Douglas in the point. That's the Warriors' 5. Iguodala, the pass to Thompson. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Now here's Bynum. He kicks it to Jennings. Smith on the wing. Six on the shot clock. And a foul caught on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, Josh Smith is one of the last guys you want to see in the open court if you're a defender. I mean, when he's coming at you to slam it on you and you're backpedaling and looking over your shoulder, oh, man, that's a scary, scary feeling.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for the Pistons. Well, Steve, back to Smith, a great combination of quickness and strength and leaping ability.
Yeah, he moves like a small forward, but can finish over the biggest and tallest players in this league. So, you know, when he gets ahead of steam in transition, you got to watch out.
So he gets the whistle, bounds off on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, one thing I've always loved about Andre Iguodala is the fact that he's so unselfish. He's really probably best suited to play a point forward role where he's handling the ball quite a bit, either in transition or in the half court at the high post. He can use his size to pass over the top of people.
And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Pass to Iguodala. To the middle. Douglas. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And you go back to Iguodala. Relatively judicious with his shot selection in Denver. Some have wanted him to even be more aggressive offensively.
You know, I think that's a bit misguided, Kevin. This is a guy who does everything and does it well. He's a team-first guy. He's got to stay true to who he is. I think he does a really good job of doing that. He rebounds, he defends, he passes, he provides scoring. You can't just look at his point totals and evaluate his game.
He brings a lot to the
A lot to the table.
What do you call stat sheet stuffer?
Yes, sir. That's him.
Jennings against Curry. Smith kicks to Monroe. Stuckey outside. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Golden State. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Detroit, no good that time either. The Warriors leading. Curry with it. The dish to Thompson. Clock at 6. And there's the feed to Spates. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shoots the 3. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. Now it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Jennings dishes to Stuckey. Monroe covered by Barnes. And they get it. And the basket good. 14 points for Greg Monroe.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Back to Curry. Pass to Thompson. 3-pointer. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got 31.
Seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
The Warriors chose to wait until the final year of Curry's rookie deal to extend his contract, but it turned out to be a bargain. And coming off an injury, there were a lot of concerns about Curry, but he turned into a superstar, particularly in the playoffs, and now the Warriors have him locked up for 4 years.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Lee comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Bogut and Andre Iguodala. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, head coach of the Pistons had some words for his team over the break. He talked mainly about giving them a different look defensively and dropping more bodies into the paint, saying, listen, they're eating us up on the inside, and we need to do whatever it takes to stop them. Guys, back to you.
And the Curry contract, Clark, I mean, eye-opening. 4 years, $44 million.
Yeah, to us it may be a little odd in terms of hearing those numbers combined with the word bargain. But you better believe the way he's playing and helping to lead this team, it's a good investment for Golden State.
And Thompson kicks to Bogut. It's stolen by Smith. And here comes Smith, leading the fast break. Feeds it to Stuckey. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Curry passes it to Barnes. And the rejection by Smith. That one touched the basketball first, and it's ruled a goal attempt.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Pistons trailed by 6. Stuckey kicks to Smith. He feeds it to Jennings. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Fans don't like that call one bit.
Well, the officials got an earful as a result.
Lee kicks to Thompson. Thompson off the pick from Lee. Rejected by Stuckey. Smith outside. And Smith gets double-teamed. And Monroe, the bucket on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And he is also so good at getting his hands on the ball without fouling. And opposing players on his way to the hoop. That's a real knack. Excellent hand-eye coordination makes that possible for him.
It's back to Jennings. Pass to Stuckey. Dishes to Monroe. Out to Stuckey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Now, a severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
Golden State's gone 2 or 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Curry kicks to Bogut. Now Lee inside. Great D that time from Drummond.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Stuckey dishes to Monroe. That ties the game. Monroe's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the chart.
And the Warriors making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. Warriors have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. Curry against Jennings. It's Thompson off the drive. Outside for Curry. He dishes it to Barnes. And the Warriors miss again. The Pistons have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th of 9. Jennings passes to Stuckey. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And it's a 3-point Detroit lead. Outside Curry. He passes it to Thompson. Hits the 3-point bank. Thompson's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Jennings can't get it to go. Warriors have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. O'Neal is screen on Stuckey. And Thompson kicks to Lee. Looking on Drummond. From short range. No good from Lee.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Monroe sets a screen for Stuckey. A picture-perfect screen play, and the jumper's good. And the Pistons lead by 2.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Kicks to Thompson. Deflected. It's taken away by Stuckey. Jennings dishes to Stuckey. Tries again, and it's good on the layup. Stuckey's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Love what I'm seeing from them in the paint.
Curry outside. Great tee that time from Jennings. Pistons leading by 4. Now the pass to Smith. Rebound by Lee. Lee's got 7 rebounds in the game. Thompson inside the line. And again, no good by Golden State.
Ill-advised shot selection right there, Clark.
It really was. I mean, very low percentage shot there.
Smith, the pass to Stuckey. He kicks it to Jennings. Back to Stuckey. 6 to shoot. Can't get it to go. Excellent D from Barnes. It's Curry outside. That's good.
There's been a change in this game compared to what we saw in the first half. And he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're in front by 1. 1:12 left here in the fourth quarter. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Left in the fourth quarter. Stuckey kicks to Jennings. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Smith with the stuff.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Douglas dishes to Bazemore. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Here's Jennings. The shot is off. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Down low, here's Iguodala. The kick out to Spates. Bazemore. It's good. This game is heavy.
Ooh, pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
Pass to Drummond. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Jennings passes to Drummond. Missed.
That's great technique of shielding his man off and keeping him off the glass.
It is now to Bazemore. Douglas for 3.
Celebrating the moment it left his hand.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. Well, they don't get much more